Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this?
I
How you cannot go
Baby,
again?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, come on in, you guys. I know I'm early, but I just really couldn't wait. Let me see what's going on here. There's some things going on. How you guys doing? I'm glad that the ones are in here. Come on in. You guys, today is my husband's birthday, so I'm going to spend a little time with him when he gets home. So I said, I better come on here early because something's got to give. I either don't come on because he comes home and then, I got to spend some time with him. I do got to go to work tonight. So I got to get, I got to get them 10s and 12 hours in. So we're going to talk a little bit. I want to share so much with you guys. I feel some kind of way when I hold back. But you guys understand the reason why I hold back. Because everybody that's in here that's part of the family for SP News Nuggets and Warriors for Children, you guys, we are going to move mountains, boundaries. We're just, God has his hands on this channel. He has his hands on you. He has his hands on me. He has his hands on everything that we do because we give him all the glory. We do. And it's just amazing how he works in our lives. But I tell you what, it all pays off in time. It really do. It's going to pay off in time. So just trust and believe. When I say stay tuned, trust and believe, please do that. Don't miss no segments. If we're going to bust in here in the middle of the day, come on in because you don't want to miss when things get to popping and get to moving. I'm telling you, he's moving mountains for us. He's getting things out of our way, and things is happening. We don't even have to worry about it, because it's like when you're going somewhere, but you don't know, and you don't see as many as you used to see. You be like, dang, what happened? Well, that's what happens to people. They get weary, they get tired, they're still immature. So they like the drama, they like the chaos, they like the confusion, they like to talk about people, and they like to just be judgmental and stuff. Well, when you're trying to be like Christ, which we know that we'll never be like him or even close to him, but he has an example for us how we live our life. We cannot do what the world do. You guys understand what I'm saying? So when you look around and you say, where's such and such? Don't ask me where such and such is at. Don't do that, because such and such is doing what they were doing before. They only had a limited time to be around people that was godly put together. You guys understand what I'm saying? And they're not here because they don't like how God has. Hello, this is SP.
Hi, this is Tiffany calling from Jersey Meadows Apartments. Just giving you a call back.
Oh, okay. I was hold on for 1 minute. You got me. I'm sorry, you guys. I am so sorry. You guys try to hear what was going on. She said, people would love to call you in the middle of something and get to saying some stuff. Y'all going, what the heck? What the heck? What? Anyway, y'all didn't hear nothing. Y'all's like, yes, we did. Yes, we did. That's okay. That is okay. The devil is a lie. I'm not going to tell y'all nothing until it's time. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, Candace, how you doing? I see you, Sanjay. You in the building laughing. I know Margie's laughing. Tina's like, it's all good. Thumbs up. It's okay. But anyway, like I said, we're making moves and everything. We're getting things together. We're understanding. Let's talk about this Breasia case. Lisa Taylor said, that's me getting them nuggets. And you know that. God is so good. And I tell you right now, you don't want to miss when everything drops, okay? And there's reasons why I have to do what I got to do. There's reasons why. That's because, like I said, I'm not here to criticize nobody. We all made mistakes in our life. Get that through you guys' head right now. Anytime we take a case, I'm not going to sit here and badger people, and especially children. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you expect me to badger a child, just like on the case with the man that was supposed to have kidnapped the girl on the side of the road that had orange hair, and I told y'all, no, I'm taking my hand off of it because I already know what I knew. You understand what I'm saying? When you know what you knew, you don't do that. And that girl needed some help. And even though she was 22, 23 years of age, she needs help. I'm not going to sit there and badger her about Bozo done kidnapped some kid. We're not going to do that, okay? And there was lessons learned from a lot of you. Some of you got so angry with you, I don't see you in here now, because I wouldn't go and say I seen a man on the side of the car and she done drove a whole mile and a half, and you're going to tell me she's been kidnapped when I'm sitting there going, well, then, shoot, did they follow her for a whole mile before she got out the car? Because that don't make no sense to me. But so, I don't worry about what I don't understand. I just don't. But those of you that are mature, we learn, we grow, we gonna have difference of understanding, and we're gonna keep moving on, and we're gonna keep moving forward. Just stick with the best, because trust and believe, when we give everything to the Lord, we know that what he tells us to do. I don't let other people tell me what to do. I don't care how mad they get at me. I just don't. If it doesn't make sense, it just don't. Because I'm not worried about numbers. I've never been worried about numbers, and I'm not going to worry about numbers now. You guys, I can let you know on some really good news, though, before we get started and talking about Breasia. Diesel is doing wonderful, you guys. He's making leaps and bounds now. We're starting to do the training process of search and find, and he's doing well. He's doing wonderful. So I'm letting you know right now, if I get busy, you guys don't think I done forgot about you. But what we came to do is what we got to do. We came, so we want to help. We want to have some kind of support system that we don't have in the community, not just Black kids, but children, period. I'm just being honest with you. I don't care what color they are. I just don't. A child, to me, they are innocent. They don't, if you got a problem, trying to help a white child, you're in the wrong place, because I don't care what color this child is. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just letting you know, hey, my children that I take care of, I mean, I do see the difference that the color, they may be white or Mexican or Puerto Rican or Chinese or Japanese or whatever, but they are so cute and innocent, and we need to protect them. And I know we can't protect them when I'm way over here in Kansas and you over there in Chinatown and Philadelphia, and you over there in Texas, and you over there in Kentucky and Alabama and Chicago and Illinois and all this other place. So we come together, we put our twos and fuses together, and we do what little bit we can do. But I'm telling you, we got Diesel on board. He's thriving. He's doing things. Because at first, I didn't want to tell you. I was like, oh my God, I got this dog, and he done got so huge. And he's finding THC, and he's, and he tears up everything. And we done built him a whole, basically a house outside. It's 10 by 10, as big as one of my bedrooms. And all this other stuff, and we spend all this money, and every time he goes to the doctor, it's $200, and his food is just eat me out of house and home and everything. And the dog ain't doing nothing but tearing up stuff. Now I can tell you, no, he's doing well. He's a diesel. He comes in there and he's doing well, and he's letting me know, and he's happy when he's finding the things. We're playing hide and go seek, and he's finding these things, and he's like, Mama, I can do it. I can do it. And I'm like, yes, son, yes, keep going, keep doing. Next thing you know, you'll be looking for people, and we'll be out there, and we'll be doing this, and it's coming. I'm just telling you guys, it's coming together like God said it would. And I'm now, because at one time I couldn't say nothing, because I'm like, dang, this dog is a horse, and he just loves to play, and he's so energetic. Nobody wants to deal with him because he's pouncing on everybody. He's a diesel. He's letting you know he's in the building. He's taking care of everything, taking care of everybody, just flopping all over the place, flip-flop everywhere. But now he's like, I got a job to do. I can find this for you. You want me to find that? And so right now it's just a hide and seek process. And then we're going to go to the sensory of his smell. And if you know anything about dogs, and especially this kind of canine, you know that they have thousands and hundreds and thousands of sensors in their nose, and they can smell and sense things that we can't. They can pick up not only on the ground, but in the air, you guys. I try to explain that to you. And they can find people that gets in cars, and they can find people that, they can find their way back home and all kind of stuff. It's just all in just loving that child. That child. I called Diesel a child. Lord help me, my baby. But anyway, he's on his way to greatness, and we're going to thank God for that. He is doing wonderful, and I thank God for that. Now, let's talk about Breasia. Breasia is a 10-year-old little girl. We've been talking about her for the last month. We talked about her about 3 years ago, and the case kind of just went cold. We didn't know nothing. Everybody shut their mouth. I'm going to say something about this Andrea, okay? Because, and forget what you heard at the beginning of this. Just forget that. Y'all saying, I ain't going to forget it. But please just forget that right now, because right now we want to concentrate on Breasia. So we were doing some digging last night, me and a co-worker of ours, and we found out that not only they had a lot of guns and weapons in this house, well, this apartment called Jersey Meadows. Now, just forget what you just heard a minute ago. Okay? Okay. So that was, you heard who just called me back. Okay? Okay. So, anywho, come on, you guys. Come on. That's not a dog. That's a goat. He's big enough to be a goat. He's big enough to be the goat. Okay. So they had a lot of guns, and I was wondering, would they be able to convict Henry since they couldn't tie him to the gun, right? Because they couldn't tie him to the gun. They said it wasn't in his name. It wasn't in Andrea's name. It wasn't called in stolen or anything of that nature. But do you not know that one thing I want to share with you, when they went to Henry's RV, is that's what you want to call it, the RV, they found, guns and machetes and axe. They wasn't called machetes or anything. They were called axe, you guys. And I want to share something with you that I know a lot of you guys have not seen nor heard. But when it is news, that means they had went and got facts. And they can't just put out stuff that they didn't know. I kept it because I knew that when it came time to come live, I wouldn't be able to find it. And I know other channels is going to grab it. So I'm not going to tell you where I found it at, but I'm going to read it to you. And I want you to decipher what you read or get out of this. But so let me share with you something. So when they went to Henry's RV, they found pink cocaine there. And they did find a machete or whatever you want to call it, an axe with blood on it. Now, it didn't have blood, like dripping blood or whatever, but they did forensics and there was blood on it. Now, what came out of that? I don't know why in the trial they're not speaking on that or whatever, but it was there. And not only that, I want to share something else with you. Remember, we were talking about DL and how he had got on the stand and he had said that he was there. He has seen it. And we was like, oh my God. Like, okay. And so the defense tried to trap this boy up and try to make him look bad. And there's something about a kid and his innocent. Now, sometimes kids can hear things and they hear things and they don't know the truth from what they done heard because they done heard it so much and time that went by and this, that, and the other. And they trying to remember, what did I see? And what now? Some of this stuff is making sense to me. And I didn't say nothing before. So now I'm going to feel like a liar or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why I tell you I don't never want to sit in the juror, because certain things be left out because it doesn't fit like a glove. It just don't fit in, and you don't have the answer to that, and it changes. Somebody else could be involved, but we don't know. And this, that, and the other. Yeah, they confused DL. Yeah, they did. But I'm gonna read you this, Rachel. I'm gonna read you this, and then I remember Henry was in the interrogation room and they were like, did you, we can't ask Henry any questions. Henry's not going to get on the stage and say, yeah, this is right. Yeah, this. So he's sitting there. And when somebody say something that he in a disagreement with, and it's funny how he didn't shed a tear when they showed this baby's skull. He didn't shed a tear when they said that she was shot 3 times. He sat there like whatever. He's going to take it to the grave with him. Okay? He's going to take it to the grave with him. I'm going to let you guys know that now. Not only I say that, but everybody says that's how Henry is. You know what I'm saying? He think he big stuff popping. He must have been something big as far as, doing some weight in that area, because the mother also said that she was looking for Henry because maybe he knew some landlords because she was trying to move. So that tells me also they kind of looked up to him like he was somebody. And so I get now, I get an understanding how a person can portray themselves for so long that you put your guard down. You know what I'm saying? She dated him. She knew him. So she didn't fear of something of her kids, something was going to go wrong. I get that. I understand that. But what I didn't get is Andrea seeing this man go out the house with this child. And it didn't happen at 3:30, like Andrea said. Andrea is saying the 3:30 time frame to help the defense. I'm gonna let you guys know now, because 3:31, he was at Quick Trip. He was at the Quick Shop. Okay, I got my. Let me find it. 3:31, he wasn't outside the house. He was at the Quick Shop, Quick Trip, whatever they call it, the quick store, the quick gas station, getting cigarettes and gas and a lighter at 3:31. So 3:30, she couldn't have seen that baby on the side of the car at that particular time. She just could not. So she's a liar. She's a liar. And not only that, here's a fact. If you Google her name, you'll see that she just got popped in November of 2020 with possession of drugs and possession of trying to buy and sell firearms. So she has plenty of access. She is not all invalid, like she came up on the stand acting like she Miss Dumbo, don't know this, don't know that, I don't know, yes sir, no sir, and all this other stuff. Andrea is the catalyst that allowed this to happen, and she knows a lot more, and she knows she let me get my notes. Let me get my notes, okay? Because we were going over the timeline, and at 3:31, Dinkins was at the quick shop. At 3 o'clock, Andrea tried to call him. That's 3 o'clock. To ask him, so she texted him and said, where are you at? At 3:31, he's at the quick shop. So, okay, so she know that they got her texting him at 3 o'clock. So you didn't just wake up and see him come in the house and the girl standing at the car at 3:30. Okay? 2:49 a.m. he was headed to Credit Island. Let's go. Let's go. Okay? 4:30, remember, he was getting pulled out the ditch. So 3:30 to 4:30, 1 hour since he was at the quick shop, he was getting pulled out the ditch. That's a whole hour in there. Andrea's hiding a lot of stuff. She got popped, you guys. She got popped November with, now remember, Dinkins ain't been out of jail since he went down there. He been in jail ever since he went down there. She's not Miss Innocent at all. She needs to get some time. I'm telling you. So when she said, oh, between 3:30, 3 o'clock, Andrea was texting him to, where are you at? What do you mean, where are you at 3 o'clock in the morning? 3:30, he was getting gas, cigarettes, and a lighter. And we seen him for ourselves on the video. He didn't have no dirt on him. He didn't have no blood or anything on him. So, okay. So you must have had got this child out the house before 3 o'clock. She's trying to make it seem like he took the child out the house at 3:30, knowing good and well at 3:30 he was at the quick shop. Okay? Don't make sense. But 2:13, he went to the trailer. 2:29, he left the trailer, headed back south. 2:31, he returned back to the trailer. 2:49, he started headed to Credit Island. Okay, I'm going to share some with you. Let me leave the chat for a minute. Y'all don't go nowhere, because I kept it because I knew I wasn't going to be able to find it if I didn't take a picture of it. Let me find it. Hold on. Okay. Hours of operations. Where's it at? Let me remember. Where did I put it at? Where did I put it at? I gotta find this. I want to read this to you guys. I said to myself, Lord knows, I forgot where I put it though. Oh, I got it. Here we go. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so this is what it read. This was July the 7th, 2021. Oh, you guys, let me get off in here so I can see what you guys are saying, because you guys are not going to believe what I'm finna tell you. Yeah, she was lying. At the store, not that from the trailer. Okay, so Breasia Terrell, 10 years of age, vanished from Davenport apartment nearly a year ago. The remains of her body were discovered in DeWitt Pond in March. And Henry Dinkins, 48 years of age, in Davenport, was charged with her kidnapping and murder by early May. The warrants returned to Scott County District Court this week outlined what happened the night Breasia disappeared and how the investigation proceeded until her remains were found. Dinkins, the father of Breasia's 8-year-old half-brother, called 911 the morning of July the 10th. Did you hear what I just said? Let me repeat what I just said. Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear? Dinkins, the father of Breasia's 8-year-old half-brother, called 911 the morning of July the 10th. Did y'all hear that? That's one ringy dingy. Where's that phone call? Where's the phone call? Now, not only they said it, that's right, woke to God. I said Dinkins. Now, listen, they didn't just say it, but listen what they say. It says, okay, let me read it again. It says, Dinkins, the father of Breasia's 8-year-old half-brother, called 911 the morning of July the 10th, 2020, to report Breasia missing. Hold on, before you say anything. Then it says, he told dispatchers. Come on. He told dispatchers. That means he told the dispatchers something, right? So he told dispatchers. This was in 21. This was in 2021, you guys. So he told the dispatchers she was missing from his apartment when he woke up, and that she had never run away or been in trouble. Come on. Y'all thinking I ain't never doing all this studying and researching and everybody else doing all this researching? They only getting what people's giving to them. I'm telling you, when I dig hard. I dig long. You know, that's the difference between somebody that's young and somebody that's old. I've got that stamina in me, you know, like I can work 12 hours and work another 12 and work another 12. A child can't do that. You know, somebody young, they be like, oh, I'm tired. I need to lay down. I need to rest. Like I know how to work. You might work fast, but long as I'm working, I'm going to pass you. I'm going to pass you. So think about what I just said. I said, Dinkins, the father of Breasia, 8-year-old half-brother, they say he called 911 the morning of July the 10th, 2020, to report Breasia missing. He told dispatchers she was missing from the apartment when he woke up. Now tell me why the prosecutors did not bring that up, and that she had never run away or been in trouble. The warrant shows Dinkins is a registered sex offender, was busy the night of July the 9th into the early hours of July the 10th. Are y'all listening? Put a 1 in the chat, because we're finna get crump. Okay? We're finna get crump a little bit, but this is just Monday. So never fear. We got Wednesday and Friday to go. Okay, yeah, that is weird. Now, the warrant shows Dinkins, a registered sex offender, was busy the night of July the 9th into the early hours of July the 10th. Then it says this. Listen, family. I'm finna tell you something. She said, crack the case. Go, girl. Come on. Dinkins' son and Breasia were to spend the night in the apartment the night the girl disappeared. Dinkins' girlfriend, Andrea Culberson, was there too, right? Yep, we understand that. Culberson, Andrea, told investigators the three were in the apartment when Culberson fell asleep between 11 p.m. and midnight. She woke up around 3 a.m. and found Dinkins and Breasia gone. Now, that sounds more like the truth. 3 o'clock, not 3:30, but 3 o'clock. They were already gone. They were already gone when she said she woke up. Remember, she called him and he didn't answer, so she texted him and said, "Where are you at?" Surveillance. Now, come on, y'all. Y'all in the building? Here we go. Check this out. Surveillance video from those hours show a red Chevy Impala matching the description of a car that Dinkins was known to have access to, drove to and from a motor home on Shenette Road in Davenport. So he went to his RV. The motor home is registered to Dinkins' sister and is the address he used on the sex offender registry. Okay? This is what it says. The Impala went to the trailer at 2:13 a.m., then left and headed south at 2:29 a.m. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's 16 minutes. So the Impala went to the trailer at 2:13. 16 minutes later, he left, headed south at 2:29. So he stayed at the trailer for 16 minutes, and then he started headed south, 2:29. The car returned at 2:31. That's given it left and it said, "Oh my God, let me go and come back." It came back in 2 minutes. 29, 30, 31, 2 minutes. It came back in 2 minutes. All right. Then it left again, headed to Credit Island at 2:49. Okay. Andrea Culberson said she tried to call Dinkins at 3 a.m., but he left his cell phone in the apartment. He left his cell phone. So when she called him, the phone rang, it was at the house. Okay? He left his cell phone in the apartment. And then remember when she was on the stand, she was like, "Yeah, it was plugged up. It was dead. It was dead. It was real dead." She's really for the defense. She's not for the prosecutor. But I mean, with her saying, she did say, she seen, because she knew that boy was going to say, "I seen Andrea go to both of the windows." But he had already had the little girl at 2. At 2, you guys, not 3. See, we were trying to figure out, like, dang, that's not enough time to clean up some stuff. But he could have had that little girl about 12. And then showed up at the trailer at 2:13 and already did what he had to go do. He had all night to get this stuff cleaned up. He could have. I'm just saying. But the car, and I tell you what, if they really, really do some real research, the police department down there, I guarantee you they can find what time he actually left the apartments called Jersey Meadows. Remember, forget that part that you heard at the beginning of this. Because trust and believe, there's video. There's video of what time did you leave. And there's got to be video of what time did you leave with the little girl. Okay. So Andrea said she tried to call Dickens at 3 a.m., but he left his cell phone in the apartment. At 3:31, Dickens is seen getting out of the Impala on a surveillance camera at a quick shop in Davenport. The car also was seen on multiple surveillance cameras early that morning, headed north to Clinton County and within the city limits of Clinton. Okay. Now remember, Clinton is where they found the little girl, Breasia. They didn't find her in Scott County. They found her in Clinton County because DeWatt is in Clinton County, you guys. Okay? So at 7:04 and 7 o'clock, if you really look at the surveillance at Walmart, that guess what? There's two Walmarts. There's one Walmart that is, guess what? Right around the corner from Jersey Meadows. It's about a 5-minute drive. But there's a Walmart in Clinton County too. They're saying he wasn't at the Walmart that was right around the corner from the apartment. They're saying he's at the Walmart in Clinton County. But by this time, guess what? He done made it back to the house and got DL and flew back down to Clinton County. So he's bought 2 bottles of bleach at Walmart, 81-ounce bleach. Now, if you got a bottle of water, put a 1 in the chat. If you got a bottle of water in front of you, just put a 1 in the chat. Or if you got, just look for a bottle of water. Just go look for a bottle of water and just look at how many ounces that bottle of water has in it. Put the number of ounces in the chat. Would you please? We're learning as we're going, and we just can't assume something. I want you to get an understanding of what you've seen when you looked at the video. So if you got a bottle of water in front of you, how many ounces do that bottle of water has in it? Somebody put the number in the chat. You can't be wrong because I don't know how big your bottle of water is. You know, I don't know. I got 1 in front of me. How many ounces is a bottle of water? See, Sonya's bottle of water is 23.7 ounces. Okay. Crystal's is 16 ounces. Okay. Mary's is 20 ounces. Okay. CS is 16 ounces. Okay. So I got a bottle of water in front of me. There's different sizes of bottle of water. Cindy says, I live in Iowa. He did this all in. The mama knows all about it. He just sitting in county jail waiting. It ain't that from me in Lynn County. He been a freak on Mama Knows This. Cindy, you don't have to call in. Sydney Jordan. Call on in. My number is 316-553-3056. Let's talk about it, Sydney. Cindy, you close in Iowa? Call on in. Somebody put the number in the chat. Okay, so here's the thing. I've got a bottle of water. Mine is only about 16 ounces. So I'm looking at the 16 ounces. He bought not 1, but 2 81 ounces of bleach. That's the big jugs, you guys. I wanted you to know it wasn't the little bitty thing or the half thing. 81 ounces is a lot. You understand what I'm saying? 81 ounces is a lot. Cindy, or let me go ahead and give you my number. She said, what's your number? 316-553-3056. His case was superior be heard in Lynn County by jurors. Then he asked for in another county. He changed venue. He changed venue, Cindy. And you have a right to do that if you feel like you're not going to get a fair trial. You can call in anytime that you want and we can talk about this. A bottle of water is 12 to 25 ounces exactly. I've got a 16-ounce bottle of water right here. It's actually 16.9 and it's little. And I'm thinking he bought an 81-ounce, 2 81-ounce bottles of bleach. 2. I wanted you guys to know he didn't buy just one. He bought 2. But Cindy, I want you to call in because you said something. And then plus, I kind of want to talk to you down the road a little bit later too. We got some things to talk about, Cindy. Cindy, Jordan, come on, call on in. Don't be scared. Do not be scared. Anywho's, she said, my smart water, girl, is you getting smart drinking that water? Birthday, you in the building. I see you in the building. So anyway, you guys. So I just hate to, if you know something, then call on in. I'm not going to beg you to call on in and all this other stuff. And it ain't nothing. If you said something about the mama and all of that, then why hide what you just said? You know what I'm saying? Why hide what you just said? Do you know him? We don't know. So you probably went somewhere and everybody say this and that about the mama, but do you know the mama? Do you know him? Do you know these things? Or did you get that from another channel and you over here exploiting somebody like their business? That's what I want to find out. Or you just throwing stuff out there because another channel doesn't say, the mama's this, the mama that, the mama. I'm not bashing the mama now. I'm just not going to do that. Okay? Because you said something, but you have no facts, or you don't know him, or you don't know her. You've heard of something and you're repeating it. Okay? Unless you call in and tell me something different, I would have to listen to you. But I would think it'd be very weird for the mama know that he's kind of weird like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know, I've heard some things, but I just want to deal with the facts. And in that nature, ain't nobody just handing over their child like that. Now, I don't know what's going on. If you know what's going on, let us know. But other than that, we're not over here talking about the mama in a bad way because you said something and everybody jump on the gravy train. No, we don't do that. See, I've given this Cindy, a Cindy, whatever her name was, Cindy, Crystal, whatever. I think it was Cindy. And she's calling in. Hey, this is SP. How you doing, Cindy?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. So tell me, why did you say this about the mama?
Because, girl, they've been dealing as boyfriend, girlfriend for years. This wasn't just, random, hey, he got a stepdaughter or, she knew all about him, all about his history. She'd been sending her daughter over there. And she was messing with dudes off and on for years. Okay? So, like, I live in Lynn County. He just been literally sitting, waiting to see how he gonna get the best jury decision, whether it's a judge or jury. But basically, he's already pretty much convicted in my eyes. He's just trying to stretch it out because in the county jail, you might get 80% of your time served, right?
Right.
But once you get convicted and go to prison, you might not get no good time depending on how the judge sentences you. No, he's been a freak, always has been, and the mama know it, you know.
But okay, but if he's a freak, that doesn't mean that she know he's going to touch her daughter and kill her daughter.
Yes, I believe she knew because she too passive about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Any other mother that their daughter had been touched like that, they would be hysterical 24/7, not just in front of a judge or in front of a jury.
This woman was hysterical. She passed out when they was looking for her, and it was like 9-10 o'clock, and she hadn't heard from her. She passed out.
Yeah, but look how many months it is.
Well,
have you stayed hysterical? No, you ain't. You already accepted the fact, and it's not. I live in Iowa. It's not that big of a thing. Like, it's 30 minutes from this county to that county.
right.
It's 99 counties in Iowa.
Uh-huh.
It's not that big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No.
Now, have you went to any of the trials?
No.
Okay.
No, but I live in Lynn County, and I know he had originally started out in Scott County, which is where the incident happened, right? And then he got transferred over to Lynn County. And the thing about Lynn County is where the federal cases are heard.
Uh-huh.
Like if you look up Lynn County Jail,
Mm-hmm.
I bet 85% of the people that are being held in Lynn County Jail are waiting on federal hold because the system is so backed up for federal cases, right?
Right.
So he knew that, played that out in Lynn County. Then when the day of the trial was supposed to start, is when then he said, no, I want a judge to decide. And so he waited because in county time, you get better day for day, right?
Right.
So then once you get to prison, so let's say they give him a 20-year sentence for it, he's going to already have time served.
He can't have all the time served.
No, but he's going to get at least 85% of the time served.
Not 3 years. This is a life sentence.
Right. You don't get life. They don't.
Yeah, it's like 25 years is a life.
Right. But in different states, a life sentence can be anywhere from 25 to 50 years. Like in Tennessee, if they give you a life sentence, it's automatic 50 years.
Right.
No time served, none of that. It's 50 years. Then they'll listen to maybe a possible early release. But in Iowa, it's 25 years. You got to do solid 25 years.
Yeah.
But for me, you could tell by his demeanor, it ain't no big thing. You know, it's not a big thing. And I truly believe that not only did he molest her, he was molesting that little boy. Like, where's the mama from the little boy?
What do you mean, where's the mama for the little boy? She's the mama.
Breasia's mama is the little boy's mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's the mama of both. She's the mama of three children: CL, Breasia, and DL,
Right.
or CLS, or CS. You want to say CS or whatever his name is? CS.
You have to ask yourself as a mother, would you be on the news station once a month, or would you be out there every single day if it took 10 years to convict you?
Well, what I would do and what someone else would do is probably different. But when we're looking on the outside or it hasn't happened to us, we don't know how we're going to respond when we don't have no backup. I went into the statistics of seeing what is the population in Iowa because I wanted to know what is he looking at. Do you not know in Iowa is 96% Caucasian or European, and 4.4% is African American. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like,
Exactly. I grew up in California and I've been in Iowa for 20 years, and my kids are biracial. So, yeah, that is exactly right. They got a whole lot of what I call hickabilly, right?
right.
It's been inbred in them for years,
Yes.
the racism.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Because I got olive colored skin, I got brown hair. You would have to ask yourself whether I'm white or black,
Right.
And I know how I raised my daughters in Iowa. Stay aware, be aware,
Right.
don't fall for the okie dokie. And
Right.
I can tell you that by looking at him, I did 18 years with my husband in prison in California.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a black man that his crimes were nothing but robbery. They weren't nothing violent, nothing like that, right?
Right.
So I can tell you, I know how to read a room, I know how to read a jury, I know how to feel them. In Iowa is not right. These people are highly racist out here.
Right. I think that they didn't put enough emphasis on finding when he said they went over to Little Vince's house. Where's Little Vince? Andrea, they fed her with a little spoon like she was a little kid when you've got all these guns in your house and all this other stuff. And then not only that, she got popped with marijuana and guns, buying guns and all of that. And then, you allowed this man to take this child. You knew.
Yeah, you knew. You already knew what his background was, right? So Iowa is only 4 hours from Chicago.
Yes.
So a lot of people that live in, the slums or lower income of Chicago, this is like an upgrade for them to come to Iowa. And if you in the scene of drugs and crime, right?
Uh-huh.
It's nothing to commute to Chicago, handle your business, and come on back here. 4 hours is nothing.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm telling you, I have a 24-year-old daughter and a 34-year-old daughter. They both have seen it all from the black and the white side of the world. In Iowa, it ain't the place. I grew up like San Francisco, Oakland area of California.
Okay.
So gang activity, drug activity, been around for years out there. And out there is such a melting pot of people that you all blend together.
Right.
You all kind of have the same attitude or whatever, right?
Right.
But here, it ain't like that. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I don't even like to drive to the small communities and have to stop and get gas. Just for the fact that if I have my kids with me or my grandkids with me, I already know what you're looking at. You don't see past
So
I don't
they're very prejudiced up there.
It is very prejudiced, and I don't got no prejudice in me. I don't think I'm black. No, I know my white. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I try to treat I try to treat people the way you come at me, and I'm gonna treat you. Now I will go, as they say, on the ghetto side of life if I have to, but I won't try to come across like that. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You
But
know?
like, I mean, have you ever dated someone and didn't know what their whole, like they told you a story, may not even, you didn't really look it up or nothing, but something of it, the nature or something. You was like, oh, okay, you know, like if he was 17, he probably told her, I dated this girl. She told me she was 18, but she was really 13, and so they popped me. And you just take that story, and so now I'm a sex offender. That's what a lot of them say,
Yeah,
something of
no,
that nature.
look, I have two daughters and I raised them. I don't care who you talking to. And if they just moved to this county last month, it don't make no difference. If you got their name, and even if they, let's say, from Michigan or Chicago, girl, is the way to check on them. You need to find out. Because I'm sure as your mama, I'm going to find out. I know how to check it out.
Right.
Like I knew my husband since I was 15, and he passed when I was 62. I knew all his business way before we got to that seriousness. And
So
I think,
do you think that what you think the judge decision gonna be?
I think he's gonna get convicted. I think it's already been made.
Okay.
That decision already been made.
Okay.
And they set that trial or the decision date as the 15th, way before this trial even started.
Okay. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's crazy out here. I've been through the court systems pretty much all my life with my husband in California. And in California, they move at a rapid pace,
Yeah.
right? But out here, it's the same thing. If you go look on Lynn County Jail roster or whatever it's called, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you just search, like go and search by the date and how long these people been in there. Like I said, 85% of them are still waiting on a federal charge or a federal hold, as they call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because courts are moving that slow.
Mm-hmm.
So they already pretty much in the federal view, why would a federal court take 8 months to solve a case that the dude's gonna get 5 years,
Right.
right? Or he gonna get life in prison.
Right.
And life in prison is not the same in every state.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's 25 years, sometimes it means life.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
He's guilty, and you can just, in my view, you can tell. He's too laid back to be facing life for that type of crime.
Yeah.
Now, if you did a mass murder and you shot up a store and killed 6 people, of course you're looking at life, right?
Yeah.
But his crime isn't at the top 5 of seriousness of crime.
Yeah.
It's a shame what he did, but no, I feel like he had it planned out. It wasn't just a one-time thing, or he got too high, or he did this. I feel like he been planning it, and I think that wasn't the first time he did it.
Hmm. Yeah, he is very comfortable about it, so you know.
Yeah, he ain't bothered by it for anything.
Well, I think reality is gonna hit him at while he's in there, because he's sitting there and laughing and looking and smiling, and
Exactly. And, this world is a cold world. Actually listened to a guy who's serving a double life sentence in Tennessee, and he have a YouTube channel. And he was a major gang member for many, many years. And now he is no longer a gang member. And now he preaches about deterring young men and females from joining the gang, right? But he's real serious about it. And I believe, he made in Tennessee, he's from his 51 years. He has a double life sentence.
Yeah.
And he's in his 50s, and he's been down over 31 years.
Right.
So, I mean, he don't have nothing to lose. Just like the dude that in Pennsylvania that recently escaped, that Danilo,
right,
whatever his name is. Girl, he running circles around the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, the police officers. He been out 12 days in the same area, a 30-mile radius. Come on now. The police, that's silly.
Right. So I thought when you made the comment in the chat, like you either knew the mom or you knew the dad.
No, but see, the thing about living out here, you may not personally know them, but you know somebody that knew them because...
Well, you know somebody that knew them?
I don't know somebody that knew him.
Okay.
I don't live that close, but what I'm saying is the black community ain't like a normal state. It's just not. They don't have these hoods that take up 40% of the city. You know what I mean?
Right.
They far and few between.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
Right. So they're just splattered here and there.
Yeah. And most of them that, like I said, come from Chicago, and the guys are basically in Chicago.
It's a better life for him. Yeah, because he didn't really start in Scott City. He's got charges other places. When he gets done with this, he's not even done. He's got charges other places. Drug charges and gun charges and stuff like that.
Right.
So
if you a drug dealer, why would you risk rape or a child rape or a child murder, right?
Right.
You would really, if you was dealing drugs, you'd be about the money, right?
Right.
You wouldn't be about raping somebody.
Right.
Well, I think he knew, and it wasn't the first time, and so he basically had to make a choice. I got to get rid of this child because she's in the jail it all.
Okay.
And she was the only girl, right?
Yep.
Other than the mama. She was the only girl.
Yeah.
And, at that age, as a child, a young girl, we all know hormones are starting to run. Maybe you didn't really realize it was going to that stage, I mean, you know what infatuation is and how you see an older man that looks good and think, it's sad. Really sad.
So you think the little girl hit on him or something or played with his emotions?
I think to a certain extent, I wouldn't say she knew what she was doing, right?
I don't.
But, if somebody always calling you, "Ooh, baby, you look good," or, "Hey, sugar, come on over here, "Ooh, I love spending time with you." You start to feel that infatuation, right?
Well, being 10, I don't know. This little girl seemed like she had a little girl's um, kind of mannerism to me. She was the TikToking, and she still played with dolls and played basketball.
So
She.
you don't, I mean, TikTok alone.
But at 10, I don't think she was thinking about sex or, oh,
No,
he's
I
look.
don't think either, but I think the infatuation of you look cute or you look beautiful today, you know?
Oh,
I,
you think
I,
she took it too far or something?
I don't think it's based on her. I think she just felt good about the situation.
Oh,
So that made her feel secure with him, you
oh, so
know?
he manipulated her.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's different. That's different. That's
Right.
different.
She didn't technically know, but she felt good about it, you
Right,
know?
right. She let her guards down.
Exactly.
When she
And I
really
don't,
don't know about guards, but she felt comfortable with him.
right. It's just like, hey, my Uncle Joe, every time he come by, he take me to get ice cream or he hand me
People do
$5,
that all the time, and then next thing you know, you didn't even know that what they were thinking about until,
They was growing up.
yeah,
And you might not even know, even a 30-year-old woman can be groomed,
yep, yep,
you know?
yep.
And
Wow.
the only reason I say I know is because I did 18 years with my husband behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
See, men, and many of them that were lifers or, doing 20 plus years,
Yep.
many of them. And I could, after a while, I began to be able to read them. I didn't need to know who they were or what their crime was, but you just felt it in your soul, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
ain't no shame in my game.
Okay.
White girl, and I got played, for many years.
Well, I'm glad you came up and shared with us why you felt the way you felt, and there's nothing wrong with the way you felt.
No,
There's nothing wrong. I'm glad because I needed to know, was that a fact, or you knew them personally, or you talked to them personally, or you knew somebody that talked to them personally, and that's how you came to your decision. But you're saying you came to your whole uh, reasoning of understanding is because you lived in Lynn County, and that's how they do things down there.
yeah, I'm telling you, they highly racist. And like I said, just on your spare time, go look up Lynn County Jail.
Okay.
And you'll see what I'm talking about, that the majority of people in there are either child rapists that are white or they black, period.
Right.
You
Right,
know?
right. I didn't even see when I went to see how many Spanish they had. I didn't see they didn't even have a number for them. They didn't have a number for Asians. I was like, it's either 96% is European and 4.4% was African American. I was like, well, dang, that's probably like 2, 3 families.
Yeah, and like, the majority of the blacks, obviously, they live on basically one side of town,
Yeah.
the southeast side of town,
So in
and
in in
every
Scott
time
in Davenport, what side of town do they live on?
in Davenport, more like downtown area.
Oh, they live in. Oh, that's terrible.
Right, right.
Okay.
So in the older cities like Davenport, Dubuque, Des Moines got a West Des Moines, and they live like there, and
What
like
about that DeWitt?
DeWitt, DeWitt, I would say their black population is like 2%,
Oh
you
my.
know, and even like the white people that live in Iowa, they not like highly educated like you would see in, let's say, like Oklahoma City,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I understand because they said that their money, yeah, they're high. To be on a higher rate ratio on the income, it's like you're considered very high at $25. I mean, you're very high at 25, and I was like, wow. And but the minimum wage is like 19. But I mean,
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Because I work for a major bank, right? Like national bank, like Bank of America, Wells Fargo type of bank, right? And I've been there 16 years. And I'm going to tell you, as a white lady, girl, I'd be in the office every other day, you know, because I can't get with the Midwest view. I tell them in a minute, no, I want to sit at work in the first hour is about who you had dinner with and what Aunt Sue or, you know, the neighbor Joanne made for dinner on Sunday.
right,
You know?
right,
Yeah, like I can't get with that.
right.
In California, we move a little fast.
Right.
Do your job and go home, you know?
Right.
So, no. This place is a joke. And the economy wasn't so bad all across the United States, girl, I would be out of here.
Right.
The only reason I'm here is because my mama was born and raised there, and she just passed last year. But I would be out of here.
Right.
Like, it's too much.
Right.
You know?
Right. Okay. Well,
anyway, it was good talking to you, and I'll if I hear the verdict before you, I'll definitely hit you up and let you know.
All right. I doubt if you're gonna hear it before I hear it though, because I'm actually on this, and it has touched my heart. And I wish we would have continued to follow it, but we lost information, like nothing was coming out for a while, and then that's fine. We see it now, so that's all that matters.
You know, the other case, the West, their case getting resolved on the same date as Breasia.
Is it?
Yep.
The West boys?
Yep, the verdict coming out the same day as 50.
Okay, that'd be great. I wish I would have known. They changed it, and once they changed it, they didn't say nothing. So I'm glad that you let us know that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But you can call me and let me know about that one, because you know, my eyes is tuned on this right now, because they had already been convicted. They're waiting for their sentence.
Oh yeah. And
and
Jack was gonna turn on him.
I think she already has, and so she can get a lighter sentence. So we'll see what happens there. All righty.
Yeah, they both get death penalty.
Yes, I believe so. I don't even have to worry about it. They already been convicted. They are found guilty, and that's all I need to hear is guilty.
Yep.
And I say, thank you.
All right. Well, you have a great afternoon.
All righty, you too. Nice talking to you.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, that was Cindy. You guys, Cindy, she called in, let us know what she was feeling and what she was thinking about this whole situation. Going to court, and they'll be in court on the 15th. The judge will read his verdict on the 15th. She said that it's already written in stone. That's how they do it down there. I'm glad she let us know that that's what's going on. I wanted to finish reading a little bit of this that I told you that I found, because this was information that was withheld or not given to us, and I want you guys to know. So not only that, there was a warrant that was in search of Dinkins' cell phone. He was a Samsung phone. It was signed by the judge at 1:15 on July the 10th. A warrant to search his motor home was signed by the judge at 2:21 p.m. A search warrant was requested. DNA swabs from Dinkins' mouth and under his fingernails and pictures of Dinkins' body was signed by a judge at 5:26 p.m. that day. A search warrant was requested for a penal swab from Dinkins was signed at 6:53 p.m. that day. At some point, July the 10th, a search warrant was executed on Dinkins' Impala The warrant was executed that day. Davenport Port police found a black digital scale with marijuana residue and 0.6 gram of a pink powder that tested positive for cocaine in the motorhome, and an axe and cleaning supplies in the trunk of the Impala. So in the Impala, they found a black digital scale with marijuana residue and 0.6 gram of a pink powder that was tested positive for cocaine in the motor home, and an axe and cleaning supplies in the trunk of the Impala. So when DL said that he put the two bottles back in the trunk, DL wasn't lying about that. He put the two bottles back in the trunk. Okay. They say a blue light shone on the axe. Here we go. They say a blue light shone on the axe showed what officers believe to be blood. Okay. Dinkins' 8-year-old brother, Breasia, half-brother, told police he went to Credit Island with his dad the morning of July the 10th. They also went to the motorhome where his dad pulled out a big knife and wiped it down with bleach. He then put the knife in the trunk of the Impala, and the pair returned to the trailer. Nearby video verified the boy was with Dinkins at the trailer. With that confirmed, police sought a second warrant on the motor home and found a machete on top of the refrigerator that matched the description the boy had given. Okay, you guys? Okay. Other warrants conducted later included a warrant to retrieve DNA samples from several white t-shirts with possible blood stains found in a black Dodge Challenger pulled over for unrelated reasons. Now, I have been told maybe Andrea was driving the black Dodge Challenger, because that's when she, later on, it says later on, other warrants, okay? And the white t-shirt was possibly blood stains in a black. This was all in the black Dodge Challenger. I don't know who owned the black Dodge Challenger. It could have been his sister. It could have been little Vince. I don't know who was owning or driving the black Dodge Challenger, but they had the white t-shirts in them with possible blood stains found in a black Dodge Challenger. Okay? Warrants also were sent to the company that owns Google, requesting GPS information to locate two Moto E60 phones, because two empty phone boxes had been found in the Impala. So this man was talking to somebody, but he wasn't using the phone. He wasn't using his phone. He was using another phone. Okay, so they're looking for those two phones. This is a man that is a criminal. So he's like, okay, I need to get two phones, or he already had these phones. Well, they was using these Moto E60 phones, but the two empty boxes was in the Impala. Okay? They looking for them phones. I guarantee you probably, the one girl, she got it. He probably gave her one, and you know what I'm saying, and threw them phones, the burner phones. Okay. Okay. Then let me see what else. The Dodge Challenger was searched in late July 2020, and the Google warrants were answered in September. The Google warrants were the first to include information about Dinkins' whereabouts on the night of July the 9th and the 10th. Tina Hill, thank you for sharing. All right, we got Tina Hill in the building. Where's my thing to put your names? I done forgot where I put the thing at. Okay, I got to put your name somewhere. Okay, I had a whole list going on over here. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what I did with the list because I wasn't using it. But I'll put your name up here and I'll put it on the board. And when I find my list, I got a mess going on over here. We got Tina Hill. Thank you for the super chat, Tina Hill, and thank you, Tina Hill, for sharing. She said, "Thank you." Okay, you guys, hold on for 1 minute. I want to give a thanks to Tina Hill. All right. Thank you, Tina Hill, for the super chat. We got you in there. You know, anytime you make a donation to the channel and you sponsoring Warriors for Children, it makes it where it's easy that we can do what we do. We search, we look for information, we search and look and try to answer you guys' question. And we try to get interviews and we try to get scenes where we can see things that other people didn't see. And we're doing it. Your every $5 you get a ticket and we have a drawing. So I want Tina Hill to know that we got a drawing. It will be Christmas time and you can win money and gifts and prizes, but we mainly giving away money and gift cards that day. So you can win a big amount of money just because of what you just did. But we appreciate you and thank you. Let me finish because I've got people calling me talking about, hey, it's such and such birthday. I want to finish reading this to you guys. Let me see where I was at. So the Dodge Challenger was searched in late July 2020, and the Google wants were answered in September. The Google wants was the first to include information about Dinka's whereabouts on the night of July the 9th and 10th. Breasia's family and other community members were searching for Breasia regularly while the investigation was underway. Dinkins was arrested July the 11th for a sex offender violation and publicly named a person of interest in Breasia's disappearance July the 14th. He has been held in jail in Scott or Clinton County since then. On March the 22nd, two fishermen found Breasia's remains in a Clinton County pond named DeWitt. Davenport police confirmed the remains were Breasia's in a news conference on March the 31st. On May the 5th, Dinkins was charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping. Scott County Attorney Mike said Dinkins shot Breasia to death. Dinkins has pleaded not guilty to the charges. His next court date was January 25th, and his jury trial is scheduled to begin February the 18th. And now we know that he canted out on having a jury trial. He didn't want it in he didn't want it in I guess where they were going to have it. And so he asked for a new venue. Then he said, I want to represent myself. I don't want to represent an attorney. And I mean, he did everything to get this to pass. And then, like I told you guys, then the guy that got him out of the ditch ended up dying right before court started. He died in June. And it's like, what the heck is going on here? So That's it that I got to share with you guys. I went past my time. I love talking to Cindy. She came up, she expressed what she thought, and that's okay. We're all not going to think the same. We're all not going to think the same. And Tina Hill, she came in and she came in and she supported the channel. I appreciate that. And that's how things happen, you guys. I've got a lot more to share with you guys. And as we get closer to this date of September the 15th, you guys are going to learn more and more and more, and I'll be able to share more with you. So if you go to these other channels and says, okay, let's go through the timeline. Okay, we're doing this, we're doing that. Let me tell you, we are actually in this. It's almost like the Cupcake case. It's like the Amori case. So just trust me. You want to be here when we drop everything we have, because you're going to be surprised and you're going to be part of the #1 channel. I don't care how many people's in here. It can be 10. It can be 10,000. It can be 1,000. It can be 2. When we drop what we drop, you will be the first to see it, to hear it, and everything. I've got a surprise for you guys. I've never let you down. Because God is so good. And when he reveals things to us, we take off running, because that's what we're supposed to do. We're going to be good stewardess to everything that he's given us. And we're gonna appreciate everything. We're gonna want the whole ideal of this. We can't bring Breasia back. We know that she's gone, you guys. We know this. One thing her mother did want to say, they're gonna say her name. They're gonna know her. And we're gonna keep the little girl's name alive, no matter what this judge say. If he does not say guilty, I want him to step down. That is not the first time I've said it. I've said it 3 times to 3 different people. That matters. Did you hear what I said? That matters in this case. That's what I want him to do. If he do not do the right thing and find this man guilty for not only sexually abusing this child, but literally executing her. You know how terrible it is to see somebody that you trust put a gun to your head and shoot you in your shoulder, and shoot you in your cheek, in your face, where they can't even tell who you are. The bullet went in this little girl's face. She's 10 years old. You know the little video we have, and it kind of caught my eye today. I usually listen to it. It's about the Cody Bigsby, and you know Cody's aunt, or so-called aunt, or whatever you want to call her. And she says, I can't remember her name or whatever, you know, big girl, you know, Corey's so-called sister, whatever her name was. She say, at the end of the video, she says something about, what part do you have? What, you know, like, we all play a role in this. If we don't try to educate the next person, and we just want to throw them down and we want to talk about them and all that other stuff, then we're no better than the next, because it can happen to any of us. You know, I sit back and I just, you know, my mother would say all the time, there, for the grace of God, there go I. And I said, Mama, why you say that? She says, when you get older, you'll know. And I said, but why you say that? And then finally, when I got older, she told me, she said, because when I look at people's situation, that could have been me. It's just by the grace of God, that was not me. but it could have been. You know how many times something of that nature could have happened to my kids or your kids or your nieces and nephews or cousins? So when that girl said that, I didn't take it as, as like, oh, she's tripping, do. I took it as, you know what? What are we doing to prevent this from happening to another little girl? I'm going to let you see it before we get out of here. And we always need to find out what's going on with the Tyrese case. I'll find out as much as I possibly can. Let me see where it is at. But look at the end when she says, where do the fault lie in us? All right, you guys. I'll see you Wednesday. I will drop them nuggets. Make sure you come in here. You don't want to miss it. Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
And we won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far.